Thank you, Presiding Officer. I too want to begin by commending Liam MacArthur and the committee for their work on this bill. This hasn't been an easy subject, but nor should it be. Today we're speaking about death, often unspoken, an avoided subject, and it touches each and every one of us. And we're facing it not with abstraction, which is the usual way, but with reality. As someone who was once of faith, someone who once looked to the next life with certainty and peace, I had no fear of what was to come. I saw death as a doorway, and like birth, I accepted that it might be painful, but ultimately necessary and sacred. And I'm sharing that not just as a personal reflection, but to say this. I understand those of faith who have contacted me asking me to oppose this bill. I once stood where you stand. I do not for a second dismiss your views. I respect them, but for me, this vote is not about views. This is about rights. It's about the right to choose, the right to have control and dignity at the very end of our lives, at what happens to our own bodies. I want to thank those who have shared their own experiences of loss with me, and it's really clear how profoundly the deaths of those we love shape us. I too have walked alongside friends and family in their final days. Some passed peacefully. Their last moments were quiet and dignified and even beautiful, leaving behind memories that felt like tying a wee bow around a life that was well lived. But, Presiding Officer, I've also witnessed something else, moments that are hard to speak about, and I've seen anguish stretch out for months. I've watched despair take hold, writhing in agony, and I've heard words that no one should have to say. I wouldn't let my dog suffer like this, while loved ones looked on. The helplessness was overwhelming. At its heart, this bill is not about telling anyone what they must do. It's about allowing a very small group of terminally ill adults the right to choose how their final chapter unfolds. In the same way we speak to the right to live with dignity, we must now speak of the right to die with dignity. Much has been said about palliative care, and rightly so. It is vital and it must be improved. But assisted dying and palliative care are not mutually exclusive. For some, palliative care is not enough, and for some, it's not what they want, and that choice should be theirs. We hear concerns about coercion, and I do take them seriously. There must be strong safeguards. But I ask this, isn't it a form of coercion to force someone to endure pain they do not want, to deny them peace when death is already certain? Presiding Officer, my inbox has been filled with messages from constituents, people who are pleading for this bill to pass, who have shared stories of parents, partners, siblings who died in a way that was not what they wanted. Some begged for release, and many are left with guilt and trauma at their refusal to help them. They've also shared their fears about what might lie ahead for them after those experiences. That's not to say there are no concerns, and I want to be absolutely clear. I hear those who oppose the bill. Whether your position is rooted in ethics, faith or caution, I hold space for you in this debate. Every voice matters. Every feeling in this debate is real and deserving of respect. I also recognise that this is only stage one, that there will be amendments, there will be scrutiny, and that is right. We must take the time to get this legislation absolutely right, to ensure the process is safe, clear and compassionate. But if we pass a law that is careful, robust and rooted in humanity, we will be giving people something powerful, not a directive, not an expectation, but choice. And I respect that many people in this life do not have choice. But is that a reason to take choice from others? Not everyone will want it, not everyone will use it, but for those who do, for those facing the certainty of death and the reality of suffering, it could mean peace. And to me, that is what humanity looks like. That is what autonomy looks like. And that is why I will vote for this bill today, because it's not about views, it's about rights. Thank you.